In 2005, we didn't foresee the world's 10 warmest years would all be since 2005. Until recently, we predicted that Arctic summer ice wouldn't disappear until 2050. Now we predict it will be 2035. When the Nazi threat loomed, we boasted we could subjugate it. Now that climate change threatens our existence, we boast we can control emissions. We are as unrealistic now as then. In Britain, for example, around £2 billion is to be invested in e-mobility. Around £28 billion is to be invested in new roads. In the 1930s, thwarting the Nazis was supposed to work by containment. In the 2020s, containment of emissions is supposed to work by carbon capture. We cannot wait for a golden age of carbon capture or low-carbon hydrogen. 8 years are all that remain before the entire global carbon budget is squandered and the disasters lined up for our children become set in stone. We do not have a world. The world has us, our place in it held in a balance, and we force that balance to a bitter edge. With our habits for excessive meat, bloated motor cars, fast fashion, and frequent flying, habits that are the devil to break because they're intrinsic to our methods, enshrined in our rituals, and baked into our souls. Ruinous marriages, mad, fatal love affairs. If we are to survive, then break them we must. Failing to control our wild ways means control will be left to forces wilder than ourselves. And if we do not understand that the world doesn't need us, then there will be a world without us. It is time for each of us to straighten our backs and stand against this great test. It is time for the world's richest 1%, who are responsible for twice the emissions of the world's poorest 50%, to lead by example. You ask, can we prevail? I answer, it is uncertain. Because if we're being honest, we have not yet begun to apply ourselves in earnest. And yet, it has to be certain. Else all is lost. Else we are dust.